Hey friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Look how absolutely incredible these action figures look. I can't wait to show you just how incredible they are. We're gonna get started in just a moment. And so these are the brand new Spider-Man Retro Series action figures from Hasbro. They look wonderful. You can find them just about anywhere right now. That is if they're not sold out. And you're not gonna wanna miss this. They look so great, and we're gonna go ahead and dive right on in. But before we get started, if you're not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you can get notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. And man, do they look incredible. So, what do you say we go ahead and get started right now?
What is up, Vince and Gigi?
Vince and Gigi, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Gigi.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi on Super Channel G.
So tight. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Congratulations on all your success.
Congratulations on everything.
I will see you on the TV on
Super Channel G. Yeah.
God, is this great?
Hey friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G, and we are going to get started with this incredible Marvel Comics Spider-Man Hasbro retro figure set. This is all 6 of the first wave. I know there's going to be tons more, and I've already seen what the Kingpin looks like and so on and so forth, and some people have them out there, but let's see who is in this initial 6 set. So, of course, we have Spider-Man, we have Electro, we have Peter Parker, Green Goblin, Gwen Stacy, and Daredevil. And don't they just look absolutely amazing? So we're gonna jump in. We're gonna go, what do you say we go in order? Because who doesn't want to see Spider-Man? And you know what, I'm really excited about this Green Goblin, but if we go by the order that's back here, it'll be then Electro, then Peter Parker, Green Goblin, Gwen Stacy, and Daredevil. So let's get started. What do you say? Let's go ahead and move these over to the side. And let's dive right on in. Okay. All right. Here we go. I am so excited to kick us off with this absolutely incredible Spider-Man. They all have essentially the same packaging, and it looks absolutely incredible. It just pops off the shelf. You know, you can find these at Target, Walmart, Amazon, a lot of places. And they are a little bit hard to find, I will say that. So if you're looking for this specific Spider-Man figure, this is UPC. I'll bring it up so you can scan it if you need to, and we'll move on. But it looks absolutely incredible, and we're gonna open them up right now. Look at this, again, this gorgeous packaging. All of them have, you know, their character card like right there on the side. And that looks great. And let's see what the write-up says, because we're gonna see all of these action figures up close that are back here. And so, again, beautiful artwork. The same thing twice right here. And right here, it shows the interchangeable head. And also look for these. So, in the back it says, bitten by a radioactive spider, Peter Parker now possesses all the arachnid's attributes. He's the amazing Spider-Man. Yep, sure is. So, boom! Let's go ahead and get this open, and I'm so excited. Now, it's kind of tricky. I want to see how I can get this bad boy open without destroying the package. There's a slight opening right here, and I know it's just held underneath like with a blister pack almost, and it's just 2 cardboard pieces set on one on the other. So let me see if I can just kind of carefully lift, because I want to go ahead and store him back in here. So, just... you know, I don't know how you might want to do it, but that's definitely what I want to do. And I'm going to bring him over through here. And hopefully this would be enough. There we go. And hopefully I can just slide this on out now. Yep, sure can. You see that? Great. Okay. Let's take a look at this amazing Spider-Man, Peter Parker, with his suit. And let me just tell you, I'm really digging these head sculpts. So let me pop that out. It's the first thing I want to look at. And Spider-Man on out here, and I'm gonna get a whole lot closer so you can see this. So, first of all, look at this head sculpt. Interesting that it's kind of like not completely lined up right here, so that's, you know, interesting, but you can't really tell until I really zoom in. And looks absolutely great. And yeah, let's put it up right here. That looks awesome too. And you know what? I'm not getting exact. It's not looking exactly like it is in person. So let me change some of the setting right here. Give me a second. Okay, so there we are, and it looks absolutely incredible. So I'm really loving that. And of course the eyes, the only real difference between these two is of course the webs lined up on the face, and the eyes are half closed here versus here. So, and the tiny little details on the webbing obviously are not fully aligned in every place, but you know, I'm not real concerned about that part. But if you'll notice here, it's kind of interesting how it just kind of went off track for no reason. But okay, so let's take a look at what sort of articulation and mobility we have. And it looks like, wow, we can actually get the head pretty far back. Not like Iron Man far back, but definitely moves back and forth. And it's kind of interesting now that I just noticed how they have the head on here. Look at this. Doesn't want me to take it off, but here you go. It's actually with this interesting ball joint that has a little neck part that goes back and forth. It's not usually how we see it, but very cool. And it definitely allows for a lot of mobility on the neck and the head. Look at that. So that is cool and something different. So his arms go all the way around. He does have a butterfly joint. Again, something that's like a must-have for Spider-Man, especially with how we're gonna pose him. Look at that. His arms come closer and they go further back. So look at that. It looks absolutely great. Arms go smoothly around. And let's see. His double joints right here at the bicep should bring his arm in a little bit more. Doesn't quite put us at a 45-degree angle, but it seems like it is close. Okay, moves the high part of the bicep. And then you can just paint this if you want. It's red because they had to pick one color or the other and didn't paint it. So it's common. We do have the ab crunch is low in the low abdomen, so that's interesting. Look at that. Not only that, but he doesn't turn at the waist. He kind of just pivots a little bit here underneath the rib cage, so he's got like a double ab crunch. So that is kind of cool as far as like him doing poses, but I don't know. That is kind of different. Look, you can kind of crunch side to side too. So, I mean, that is cool, and it's more like the female action figures from Marvel Legends. So, I am glad that this is a little different from the other ones. Okay, so let's see. But you cannot turn directly at the waist. Look, so keep that in mind. His legs do come 90-degree angle forward, or more or less, you know, right there. And let's see. They do definitely move well. Turn on the high part of the thigh, and they're moving very smoothly. We have double joints here at the knees. Great. So we can get maximum posability here. Now I guess his calves are pretty big on this action figure. Look at that. They're pretty big, so his legs don't come all the way flush back like they normally do. And he does have a joint right here at the shins. I'll probably just glue that because it looks unnatural when you move that to begin with. And the ankle joints move really well. Look at that. Very cool. So all in all, this figure is outstanding. We have two web shooting hands. They move right here at the wrist. The fingers are soft. Back and forth and around right here at the wrist. So that's awesome. Look at that. And then we have two fists so that when he's fighting, we can switch those out. I'm just going to leave those there. And which head sculpt do you want to keep? Let's see what the other one looks like when it's on him. There we are. And try this on for size. Looks pretty good. So let's see if we can't find like a really interesting pose and something that would be very much like what Spider-Man would do. So there we are. He's like in attack mode. Look at that. Very nice. So give him almost like a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 pose. I just need to make sure, let's see. If I support him, since he doesn't have, his foot only has, it's flat on the bottom. I'm gonna need to move this foot down a little for him to stand like that. Look at that. Very nice. Okay, I can move his head up a little bit. And man, he looks absolutely great. Look at that. I can take a picture here. Give me a second, guys. There we are. Look at that. Awesome. Really digging that. This Spider-Man has excellent posability. I'm going to toss this back in here. And put the box away. And we will move on to our next action figure. Okay? Set that aside. Let's put our Spider-Man right on over here. What do you say to that? Great! Okay. And let's move on. And move on we will. Marvel's Electro. Doesn't he look absolutely amazing? Looks great. I didn't have this comic style Electro yet. And believe it or not, I'm so excited about it. And look at these electricity hands. I love how they're see-through. And it looks absolutely great. Let's get a little bit higher here and then we'll get closer after we've taken a look at this beautiful package. Look at his character card here. Lightning Blast. Marvel's Electro. So this is not the Jamie Foxx version, of course. And look at this. And if you're looking for Marvel's Electro and you want the UPC, here it is. Scan now. And check that out. Show you that you can switch the hands, not just pop them on there, but you have to remove the other ones. Also looked for. And let's see what it says about Marvel's Electro. It says, as the villain Electro, Max Dillon wields full control over electricity in his never-ending quest to defeat Spider-Man. Absolutely. So, let's get him on open. We did just find out with our Spider-Man action figure that we can definitely open this up here at the bottom, since it's on this blister pack, without destroying it. And looks already kind of open. And you know what? Just gave me an idea. Let me check something out. Okay, so actually what I was thinking about was I just remembered I do have two. This was the first one I found and it was months ago. And I was afraid I wasn't gonna be able to find any of these action figures, and it wasn't until after I got them from Walmart that I noticed, look, this packaging was cracked. So I'm like, well, if I'm gonna open one, which one should I open? Should I open this one, since I'm gonna keep the packaging when it's broken, and then have this one sealed, return it, give it away? Don't know, but you can definitely comment what your thoughts are. And I'm like, which one do I open? Let's see which one has the more amazing face. Whatever, let's just open the broken one. Open that one so we can decide later, right? So, okay. So I guess that did turn out more or less the way we had hoped. Okay, and then let's get this open this way. There we are. And then pull this up a little bit higher here. Just kind of wiggle it a little bit up. Look at that. There we are. We should be able to slide this right on out. Alright guys, thank you for being so patient with me. And there we are. You know what? I didn't even take a look at how awesome the artwork looks in these buildings back here. Look at that. Okay, let's take a look at this Electro. Now we're gonna get closer. Look at those lightning fingers. Look at that. And you know what? I think I'm gonna switch those out right away. Let's pop him out. Let's take a look at what his head sculpt looks like. That wicked looking face. Look at those eyes. So creepy. and this is super soft plastic, so I wouldn't be so afraid of it breaking. See a little bit of missing paint right here. Look at that. Let's zoom on in. But I guess you can't really see it when this is here. There's some paint missing there. Okay. I like the way his electricity mask is on there. It's just like glued on, but looks cool from all angles. Look at the sculpt we have right here. It's very similar body to like our Blizzard and Human Torch figure. So it's kind of a standard body. Does not have, you know, other bells and whistles like butterfly joint, for example. But he is holding his pose well. And let's see what sort of articulation we have in posability. The head does move down well, moves around, tilts a little bit. And so I'm really excited because the head does move well. The arms move smooth all the way around. Let's see how far out we go. There we go. I had to kind of support it because it wasn't going up on its own. Let's see. There we are. Nice. Okay. It moves in the high part of the bicep. Let's see with the double joints at the elbow. This is actually looser than I would have hoped. But we can move to almost a 45-degree angle. You would assume it's... Actually, this one comes a whole lot closer in than 45-degree angle. So why isn't this one moving in as much then? There we go. So I just overlooked it a little bit. We do move at the waist. His legs come up to about a 90-degree angle, and he ab crunches really well. Look at that. So if you here we have double joints on the knees, but his legs only come so far in. Interesting, because there's like point right there, like it comes to a point and doesn't allow it to come further in. Look at that. Touches. So that's something to be mindful of. Again, I'm not a fan of the shin joint. Unnecessary. Doesn't need to be there. And great articulation at the feet. We'll say that. And I guess we can have him doing like crunches. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Just kidding. Okay. And then so we have two punching hands. I like the cuffs right here on the forearms. That looks cool. And let's just get these hands out and let's have them excited to shock you with this. Alright, so the joints in the knees are looser than I would have hoped. Just, you might have to expect that. Here we are, and again, I like how it becomes see-through. There we are. So I'm going to put these hands in here. Well, they don't fit well. As far as they'll be jostling around. And so put that away. Here we are. Set that aside. Okay. And let's see what it looks like with these electricity hands. Look at that. Wow, that looks absolutely great. Let's straighten out his arms. Let's have him reaching like he's like... Look at that. And let's bring his arms just a little bit in. There we are. There we are. Okay, and I can definitely take a picture of that. Look at that. I'm trying to hold him and it's like shaking. Okay, so let's get him with an even stronger pose. And he's definitely going to want to stand like strong and in charge. So let me see. Give me a second. Okay, so like I mentioned, I was going to have him standing tall and kind of, you know, strong and in control, but instead I opted, when I started messing around with him, to have more of a creepier chasing you pose where he's like kind of looking to torment and torture him. So I settled on this awesome pose right here. Look at that. So that looks absolutely incredible. And you know what? Amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on because this I'm loving. Look at that. Just not have them unnecessarily touching feet. And look at these 2 figures so far. Okay, awesome. Great. So let's move on to our next action figure. What do you say? Okay, let's raise this up again. All right. And here we have Peter Parker. Amazing set already so far. That's Spider-Man and Electro. Top notch. And great posing. So here we are. Peter Parker comes with a camera. I'm not exactly sure why we want his glasses to not be able to be seen through, but here's his head sculpt with the half mask. I'm not super digging that because I'm not really gonna show that like that, but I am happy with this Peter Parker right here, and I hope the glasses come off. I'm pretty sure they do, but we'll find out. And then what is this, almost like a D3 Nikon? I don't know. Alright, so, and it's obviously not, but I was just for conversation purposes. So, awesome Peter Parker card. And same picture back here. And look at that. You wanna, if you're looking for this action figure, and you want to see what the UPC is, here we go. Scan it now, take a picture, whatever you need. And let's see what it says back here about Peter Parker. It says, Peter Parker is the college student and photojournalist who was secretly the amazing Spider-Man. Looks absolutely great. And, yep, you can swap out the heads. So let's get them open. And, you know what? Looks like we're going to be able to open these blister pack type retro style packages exactly like we were hoping. Look at this. It's kind of wiggle it up and down a little bit so we can get in here. There we are. Don't want to destroy the package. Want to be able to put them back in here for safekeeping later. There we are. Okay, awesome. Just slide this right out. There we are. Set this aside, and then I cannot get over how beautiful this art and color rendering is. Packages look gorgeous. Okay, so we have 2 head sculpts. I'm going to show you what this one is that's on there in the package and show you. It's basically split down the middle. Look at that. With a mask and then without. Since I'm probably not going to use that one, just put that one back in there. Take this camera out. Peter Parker didn't have a whole lot of money, but this definitely looks like an expensive camera. Look at that. Let's see, he borrowed it from Ant-Man. I love it. There we go. Set it aside. Let's take a look at this head sculpt, and let's find out. Ooh, they do appear to be attached. Let's see if they pull in and pull out. I definitely don't want to tear them, and maybe they don't. And if I mess with this, it would break it if it's not supposed to come out. But I would rather him actually not have those glasses. Look, because I do like his face after all. But you know what? I'm gonna try here. But since I didn't research to see if it comes out, it is glued to the side. At least mine is. Look at that. So I'm trying to pull it out, and it is glued. So I'm gonna have to decide whether or not I want to remove this after all, for good, because then I'm gonna have a hole in the side where it goes in. But oh yeah, look, I pulled it out and his sideburn started coming off. So anyway, let's take a look, and then I would have to glue that sideburn back on. And the same thing's gonna happen with this one. You know what? I'll be happy to glue it on afterwards anyway. Look at that. So you decide if that's how you want it or not. I would definitely need to cover that hole with paint. And even though there's a hole and it looks like that, I'm gonna be honest, I think I would prefer it be that way. Because I wasn't really digging those glasses either. So here's Peter Parker. And it'd be nice if he looked like a, Tobey Maguire. Since we already have Tom Holland one. But I did rip those off, and from far away you can't really tell right away. So I'm gonna leave it like that. and I am liking this action figure. And since it's mine, you can decide whether or not you want to take those off or not. Okay, so the jacket is soft plastic. You can take it off, but his sleeves will remain this color, so it'll look awkward. It's not like he's gonna have a blue shirt, see? So it's really meant to leave this on. And let's see what sort of posing we can do with the head. All right, wow. We should be able to, oh. Yeah, I thought that was a joint, but I guess not. I guess it's just stuck in place. Again, not looking to break this action figure's neck off. Okay, I do like the blue color of the shirt. We can ab crunch fairly decently. Turns the waist. And let's see. We can bring the arms pretty far in, actually. Look at that, even with the double joints. They move pretty smooth around. They do like a clicking motion. Turns above where the bicep would be. And let's see the legs. Digging the skinny jeans. They do look good. Let's see, we can bring the legs in, and the knee joint's actually pretty solid. So it turns the high part of the thigh. We got some pretty great posing, and we can probably have him doing almost Spider-Man type poses. Look at that, he's jumping in the air. Ferris Bueller style over the fence. Ju-bo-bo. Look at those shoes. I'm really digging those shoes, believe it or not. Look at that. So they got great detail. And then they articulate well. I'm like, is that supposed to be there? Interesting, because it's not on here. Oh, it is. It says left and right. And I guess that was for the person assembling the feet. I guess I'm put on the wrong side. I don't know. Interesting. So I doubt Peter Parker had left and right written on his socks. But that looks absolutely great. Look at this. Like, I'm digging the Fonz jacket. Hey. And where's the camera? So, how are we supposed to hold this bad boy? Can we just hold it with one hand, or do we need both hands to hold it? Look at that. So, let's find out. Might need to bring it in here and bring his hands in. So, it's not staying as well as I would have hoped, and the wrist goes up and down instead of back and forth on that one. This one does go back and forth. So, something to just take note of. And I can't really put this hand right in front of the face, so it does make it kind of different and a little bit difficult. So, I'm like, I don't know, having a little bit of trouble there. And maybe I can get it if I really set my mind to it, but at the same time, like, look at that. But it's also going to be kind of awkward because the arms don't come closer into the body. So I'm sure we can get slightly better, but for now, I guess this is like the best we're going to get without spending a ton more time, right? So, good enough for now. Let's see if I can get, I was trying to get a picture of it, but it's all out of focus. Okay, so I'll set this aside, and we'll just have him be a young kid working for the newspaper. There we are. Get him with his trendy jeans and shoes, and we'll just have him relaxing. Let's see. We'll just have him like ready to bounce into action as Spider-Man. Look at that. That'll work. Cool. He's got kind of a Marty McFly vibe going. But okay. There we are. He's like, uh-oh, trouble's going down. And that'll work. Okay, let's set him up over here next to Electro. And he's a little too close. There we are. There we are. And both of those look great. I want to just move, but you know what? Let's move a little bit more. It looks great, but the angle isn't working for me. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. Whatever. Alright. Looks cool. Digging these. And I like my new Peter Parker. Great. So let's go ahead and move on. Alright. Awesome, guys. It's out of here. Okay, friends. One of my absolute favorite from the whole set. We now are going to do Green Goblin. And let's put us back up here again. And can't get over the packaging. Artwork is gorgeous. And, of course, this retro Spider-Man series. Green Goblin looks great. I am concerned because his eyes are bugging out. And I would have preferred them not bulging out of his head. But if it weren't for that, everything else looks great. I even appreciate that we have another head sculpt in here. It says Glider and Pumpkin Bomb. So it's got one Pumpkin Bomb. It looks like just a reissued body that we have here. That we had, like, remember when we did Marvel Legends, like in what, it was 2018, I guess, that the one labeled Serpent Society had this exact body sculpt, except with some minor differences, right? And then the Green Goblin we did before had essentially this exact same body sculpt with slightly different color and different head, but definitely we've seen this before. So let's take a look at the back. Looks absolutely great. You're looking for this one and you want the UPC. Here we are. Okay, and let's see what it says back here. Look, we can swap out the heads. That artwork is absolutely gorgeous, and there's this amazing character card. It's swapped out here with a mirror image. And let's see what it says. It says Green Goblin, one of the few who knows that Spider-Man is really Peter Parker. The Green Goblin is perhaps the web slinger's greatest foe. Awesome how foe might rhyme with Defoe, as in Willem Dafoe. Whatever. So let's come on closer. Let's get him out. And we've had a lot of success opening it this way, so we don't destroy the package. So we can always put it back up to protect it. A huge protector investment package guy. And if you just dump all your Marvel Legends forever, like in a bin or something, the legs will start to bow inwards or outwards and right at the knee, and not what you want in your Marvel Legends, especially when they're roughly $20 each, depending on when you got them, where you got them, and they're usually a little bit more for the latest ones. And I know while this is not directly labeled a Marvel Legend, we all know this is a Marvel Legend. It's just in this retro packaging style. Okay, so here's the glider. I like how it's in right here. That's awesome. Let's get this. Oh no! It just flew away. Maybe also this just all blew away. Mike Wazowski style. Look how awesome that is. Interesting hair. Look at that. So he's wearing a rug. But this is a good head sculpt. Let's see here with our actual Goblin. Let's put this here. And where did that pumpkin go? There we are. I definitely don't want to lose that. Okay. And let's take a closer look at our Goblin here. Look at this. Again, I'm not a fan of the bugging out eyes. I wish they were still back in his head. Ooh, look, plastic. He's digging the Yoda ears. This is not as soft as this, but it's still soft. His man purse is definitely cool looking. It was not attached, and then what's the deal here? I guess that's supposed to be like a hood, or I don't know. I think I would want to glue this down so it's like that and not just loose like this, like a choker or a necklace. His collar or a hood or whatever that is, but probably gonna want to glue that down. Let's see what sort of head articulation we have. We have this incredible amount of movement here. Look at that. That looks awesome. And I still having a little bit of trouble getting over those bugging out yellow eyes because they're popping out of his head and they look like they're actually lenses that are over his actual head. I'm sorry, eyes. But we have great articulation here. The neck, the arms move clicking, but they're not smooth, but they definitely hold place well. His arms move upper part of the bicep. We do have double joints here, but we're barely coming in at a 90-degree angle. Look at that. Let's see. The wrists do go back and forth, and they turn, they spin. That's awesome. Great. That color scheme looks good. The belt, I guess the belt's not glued down either. We have ab crunch that does an insane amount of ab crunch. Look at that. At least backwards. And turn right here at the waist, the legs. Interesting though that this is slightly two different colors, green, and you know what? It's more apparent on the camera than it is in person. I hadn't even noticed. It's like a little bit more subtle than you're seeing right here, but obviously it's a different color plastic. Okay, the legs come higher or right at a 90-degree angle. No, slightly higher. We have smooth knee joints. I'm digging this. Smooth and strong. Let's see. It has the ability to turn right here at the high part of the calf, which you don't need. And then the boots look pretty wicked. Look at that. Pretty wicked. So, all in all, this is a great action figure. Let me see. Let's put this head on. Let's put it on backwards since I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble with that joint. There we are. And I'm having trouble because this part is not wanting to stay in place, and then this arm keeps moving. So let me put this on backwards. There we are. And what do you think about that? Look at that. Norman Osborn. Looks great. That head sculpt is amazing. And see, the knee arches back less. And which head do you like better? I mean, this is an awesome Green Goblin head, but you know what? I wonder if we couldn't have him holding it. Look at that. Like a mask style, right? But he can't. I'm like trying to get him to hold it, and it's not working. Anyway, that would have been cool for me to be able to check this out. I actually really like the way that looks, believe it or not. That. Set this aside right here, and I'm gonna take a picture. Look at that. Get this out of the way. Oh, it fell right before when I'm going to take the picture. Forget it. I'll take a picture in a little bit. Both times it like just collapsed on me. Okay, that'll work a little bit better. Look at that. Very nice. So, I'm digging it. Okay, so I guess we'll put the Green Goblin head back on, because that's really what we came for. And let's see, this pumpkin, this exploding pumpkin bomb. If I can get it to focus. There we are. Looks great in his hand, actually. Look at that. And too bad we don't have two. Wicked, right? And then let's take a look at the glider. It's small, it's simple, it's a little understated, but let's see how we can get his legs and feet in here. Oh, and I just pinched my finger here, so just be careful, because these little scale type legs are a little bit pinchier than other ones might be. So, let's see. bring him further in here. I'm gonna want to bend his legs more, and perhaps even have him hanging down-ish. And let me stretch his arm out. There we go. And you know what? I might just want to put him on a stand. But yeah, it looks great. I'm trying to get this to cooperate just a little bit more. But yeah, I'm really liking that. Look at that. There we go. So that looks awesome. And you know what? Let's see if I can get him on a stand. And let me get one right now. Give me a second, guys. This fell over and a little more than I anticipated. So we can probably just get our dynamic figure stand, raise it up a smidge, put this right around his waist, I guess. Look at that. Put it under the belt. That way it catches a little better. And that's it. We can have his glider right here on his shoes. And look how cool that looks. Probably raise it up a little bit more. There we are. Put this right back on here. There we go. How's that? Look. I like the way it looks. It looks absolutely incredible. And we can definitely turn this here and have that, you know, I'm gonna have to turn the wrist more so it doesn't just roll out. Look at that. Looks great. Look at that. I'm sure you agree, guys. So, absolutely incredible. I'm gonna go ahead and put this head back in the package. Even though I really like that Norman Osborn head, looks great. Set this aside. We're gonna move on to our next action figure. With two left. What do you say? Great. Okay, and second to last in the set, since we've already started with these great 4 action, and trust me, they're amazing. The Amazing Spider-Man set. Here is our Gwen Stacy. Look at this awesome character card here. Packaging looks, wow, look, Green Goblin straight cold chilling through the keyhole and the peg hole. And you know what? Can't wait to get this open. Looks so great. Textbook accessory. And exclamation point, as if it's so exciting to have a textbook. But whatever. And newspaper or whatever we got going on there. Here's the other ones that we've already done, these 4 right here, and we have this one, and we have Daredevil to do after this. Same character card. Let me bring us up just a little bit higher. Let me take a look at this. Swap out heads, and again, I'm assuming, could be wrong. You can let me know in the comments, but that this would be a Mary Jane Watson here, and Gwen Stacy head here. We could swap it out. We could get 2 of these figures, but then they'd be wearing the same outfit. You have to paint it. I like the way the sweater looks like that. I am a little concerned. Those fingers are so short. Look how long these are. And I'm gonna have to swap that hand out with another figure that we have somewhere else, because it's like they're missing like a whole digit. They really shorten them. Anyway, let's take a look at the back and not get too hung up on that part. So, Gwen Stacy, a bright student with a keen scientific mind. Gwen Stacy is girlfriend to Peter Parker. Nice. So, let's get this on open. We're gonna shimmy this out of here. Look at this. So we can definitely protect our action figure when not being displayed and not ruining the package. So it'll still hold it well. Look at that. There we go. I'm able to slide it right on over here. Perfect. Let's get her on out. that aside and slide our package right on out. Ooh, this one's not happy to come out. Okay. And what do we have here? A Trapper Keeper. Interesting. Sure looks like it. Okay. We have Midtown High School. This is the textbook. We have a Daily Bugle newspaper, but I'm going to pop it up in the back because it's not coming out. Look at that. You can just hand this to Peter Parker if we want. Let's pop her on out. Let's take a look at these two head sculpts. So, take a look at our Gwen Stacy head. Looks good, except for the fact that we have some smudges here. Let's see if I can't just get that to just come off. No, I'm gonna have to see if I can get that to come off or take a little blemish off another time. There are two blemishes right here direct on the face. It's unfortunate, but they will come off. Head sculpt overall looks well. I like it. The hair looks nice and flowy. That looks good. And there's a ridiculous amount of articulation, and because the hair is flowing up, we can actually move it a whole lot. Look at that. Okay, so the arm goes all the way around, and wow, look at that. Actually moves very well. If we can move the arms at a 90-degree angle at the elbow. This jacket again can come off kind of like our Peter Parker one, but then you'd still have green sleeves, so it wouldn't make much sense. I like the way this texture looks. It looks like it's cloth, even though it's just hard plastic. She does pivot a little bit right here and turn right below the rib cage. This is soft plastic for the skirt, and it has a cut right here there, and it's probably not supposed to be the style. It's probably just so that we can move the legs to pose them. So it's really probably supposed to look like this, and not that it's cut all the way up to there. Let's see. Oh, we have more paint and whatever smudging going on. This jacket, this green trench coat, whatever you want to call it here, looks really cool. I love the way this belt is kind of just open right here and just kind of hanging down, so that's a nice little touch. I'm trying not to call too much attention to the hands. This hand is one that is used fairly often with female characters, and it does a great job of moving, and the fingers are usually pretty long, and it's the sculpt has a little bit of parts that are kind of from the mold that I'm not super happy about. We can probably just sand those down and cut them off. But here's the hand. What happened to the thumb? First of all, look at that. With the kind of sand that down. That looks crazy. And what happened to the back of her hand? Maybe it was just an accident, but what's the deal here? Looks like she had like all sorts of surgeries on this hand. And then to top it off, it's not even pivoting on that joint. So maybe I just got bad luck with the hand and didn't notice it. I'm going to be looking for that going forward. Look at that. What happened? Maybe it's just mine. So let me know in the comments if you have a hand that's all jacked up and melted looking like the one I have. Look at that. What in the world? I'm hoping that it's just a blemish and that they're not all like that. Okay, so we have double joints at the knees, and she poses really great there, and they're nice and solid feeling actually, especially for being such thin legs. We have great articulation here on the boots. We can pivot, look at that, and of course we can turn. The legs probably turn on the high part of the thigh, and they do. I'm assuming they can come to a 45-degree angle. It's just this is kind of restricting it, but otherwise looks pretty great. She's probably gonna be able to hold this book. Nope. Trapper Keeper. Nope. There we go. We can hold it from that side. So not exactly sure what's supposed to be going on with this hand, unless she's handing something over. There we are. And she could be like trying to gather her stuff. I don't know. But anyway, the hands are kind of awkwardly posed. as far as sculpted for a pose. But I am digging this head sculpt after all. And I'm curious if this really is Mary Jane Watson. This head is even better than that one. So let's see what it looks like on the body. There we are. And looks even better. It has like, oop, I didn't anticipate popping that off on accident. Just pop that right back on. There we go. And the hair is soft enough to be able to pose inside or outside. Look at that. You can put it in the inside the coat or whatever. And then here it is soft enough to still be able to move the head. And this head sculpt is nicer, even though the other one's good. I don't have all those crazy artifacts on there. So, do we prefer Gwen Stacy or do you prefer Mary Jane Watson? Vote in the comments below. So, do you want me to switch it back? I don't know. I'm kind of digging this one now. Even though this is Gwen Stacy, I think this one might actually look better. So there we go. I guess just because it's Gwen Stacy, I'll let her stay with that. But all right, and the leg, all of a sudden it got loose. Look, randomly after I just bragged about how good it was. So let me see what pose I can get her, and to make sure it stands up also because these feet are really small. Give me a second. All right, and I hate to say that her feet and her ankles aren't really made to stand up well without some sort of stand or, base, but was able to get them to like spread them a little bit and kind of be out at those angles. And you can put this in her hands, I guess, to give her something to do with the crazy hand sculpts they gave her. And we can just set her up right over here. And so that's not too bad, actually. Not too bad. We are limited, and we will it's like toe tapping. It actually looks pretty great at this moment, so I kind of lucked out. So okay, great. I actually really like that action figure, and I think I have already made up my mind. I do prefer the head for Mary Jane Watson, but we'll leave that one for now. I'll put the newspaper and everything back in here for a moment, and we'll move on. Okay, awesome. Oh, and did I remember to give you the UPC for our Gwen Stacy? Let me show that. I definitely don't want to have missed that if I showed all the other ones. So there you go. Get your picture, so on. That way you can find that one too. Okay, and last but not least, oh, look how great these characters look. And what I tell you, he's not going to stand up very well. We do have Daredevil, and Daredevil looks awesome, and I love this like metallic suit. Looks fierce. Again, this beautiful package. Looks absolutely incredible. And this awesome Spider-Man art right here. I can't get over that. And I love that we've had multiple head sculpts on almost all of these figures. Almost. Not on all of them. And he did in this one. So 5 out of 6. So there's this character card. Looks absolutely great. And see Billy Club. All excited. Okay. So let's see what it says back here. Let's go ahead and take a look. It says, Daredevil. Although he is blind, Matt Murdock possesses superhuman senses and courage as the superhero Daredevil. Looks great. Let's get him open. And yeah. Let me get something to open it with. And you know what? Before I fade out, I almost did it again. There's the Daredevil one. And let me zoom in so you can get a good shot of that. There you are, my friends. Cool. Okay. Let's get Matt Murdock out of here. Slide this right on here. Nice. Let's get this side. This is actually cutting through fairly easily. Look at that. There we go. Nice. Let's get this out. Slide them on out. Perfect. Look how great this looks. And let's bring us closer here. This beautiful background where the sun's like setting and shining on there, but this nighttime back there. That was a nice touch. Okay, so this Matt Murdock, this lawyer head going right here, it looks really cool. I'm digging the red hair, I'm digging the red glasses, I'm digging the orange eyebrows. So, looks like a good head sculpt all in all. Look at that. Wow, the hair sculpt looks really nice, I'll say that. And sort of the glasses. Let's see his Billy Club. Those look awesome. And I am interested, why do we have 2 sets of these cuffs? Because we only need those if they're not attached. We can use the same ones over and over. So interesting. Probably switch out one, if not both of those hands, so we can have these that can actually hold those gloves. And let's get him out. I'm loving his color scheme. Oh, okay. Well, that answered my question really quickly. Look at that. That's why. Because we have this here. So, interesting. So that looks great. And let's take a look at this head sculpt right here. Unfortunately, I do have a oh, good, it came right off. Cool black mask. That looks awesome. Look at this Daredevil horns. Got this touch of red right here. Love that red. Let's see how much we can move the head back and forth. We're pretty far forward and pretty far backward, so that's great. We can't really pivot it too much, but we can turn it very well. Look at that. And that's actually a great picture right there. And like, we got a quick picture right there. Awesome. So, again, I love this red. Let's see these right here that are connected to the shoulder. Got those really cool pads right there. So his arms are only going to go so far up because of, you see how it starts going like that, or back. They do spin all the way around though, and they click as they do. We turn to the high part of the bicep. We do have double joints here at the elbow. I need to support it so I can move this other one. How far can we come in? About a 45 degree angle. So let's see. Support it. And, trying to move this back joint part. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's see, our ab crunch is right here. Man, he can really ab crunch forward and back pretty decently. Look at that. Turns right here at the waist. Legs come up to roughly 90 degree angle. There we go. Does move at the high part of the thigh. So we got, looks like what would be great posing for the legs. The knee joints bend pretty smooth, but the bottom part's a little looser than I would have liked, but still the top part definitely is nice and chunky build. And then we're able to move the feet. This is a pretty generic foot boot kind of going here, and there's nothing real special about that, but we do not have that unnecessary joint right here at the shin, and overall looks great. Here's these, and we've seen these used to different capacities, definitely for Daredevil, and I think something very similar, if not the same ones, for Natasha and Black Widow. We have where it'd be 1 or 2. So, do we like these? I think so, and I think it might be overkill to put these hands plus these, but still, which one do you want? But which would you prefer? These right here that are on his wrists, you can punch and then have them there, maybe, right? Or ones that he's holding, so he can toss and throw. So let's see what the other head sculpt looks like on the body, even though it's just him unmasked, right? Actually looks awesome. Look at that. These extra head sculpts are blowing me away, because if nothing else, I always want more than one head sculpt, and you will definitely have me excited about Marvel Legends with multiple head sculpts. That looks great. I'll put that back. And let's take a look to see what would happen switching these hands and his little wrist cuffs out. let's see. Get both of these out. Pop these off. There we go. Put that one right in here. Put that in there. Put this one in here. Put that in there. And we have to get those out. There we go. Pretty cool. Okay. Put this right here. I'm like, okay, am I putting the wrong one on the wrong one? Hopefully not. No. Well, it's not really that important. They're not that much different to begin with. I'm not real concerned about that. I'm not even going to be paying attention to that. So there we go. Have these hands. And let's see. Well, we could have 1 and 1. But I definitely am digging the way that looks. The D and the D right there look great. The red looks absolutely amazing. Sculpt, you know, it's a very familiar body style. But there's a reason why I keep using it over and over, because it looks great. So let's get a pose that would be awesome with these gloves like this. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm really digging the pose that I did, because he's got like this defensive stance where he's getting ready to strike. But something I didn't notice was, look at this. I'm like, does he have fingernails on his suit? Interesting. Unnecessary, and I wouldn't have noticed, except they kind of shined weird. Look at that. Or is that just his hands painted? Either way, just kind of caught my eye. And I'm like, take a look at that. I am liking that pose right there. Look at that. So I took a quick picture of Gwen Stacy falling over, and man, they absolutely look amazing. I'm gonna put up. We're gonna just kind of marvel at how amazing these look. Put this package up. We're gonna wrap it all up. Okay, and friends, let me just say, it's been amazing to hang out with you here today. Look at this. Don't they look absolutely incredible? Probably move them and be in one more pose before we leave here today, but which ones were your favorites? Maybe rank them all in order. Which one is your favorite? And maybe which ones you have, which ones you still need to get. Talk to us in the comments below. So give me a second and let me see, let me pose them. All right, friends, tell me what you think about this. You know, we use the same poses we already had. We have Peter Parker ready to take a picture, but he's not sure if he should just jump into action. We have our Green Goblin here, ready to strike against Spider-Man, who's ready to strike back. We have Electro ready to get some electric vibes, and we have Gwen Stacy just kind of like, I'm just gonna study here. Nobody knows that I'm actually Spider-Gwen. So, guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with us here today. If you've not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next so you can get notified every time we have a new video come up. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Give us a big thumbs up. And head back to our channel page. You can see tons more great videos like this, whether it's Spider-Man or other Marvel characters, whether it's Marvel Legends or other action figures. We have tons and tons and tons more videos. And if you have not seen our big box of Spider-Man Legends, you should check that out next. So give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G. Peace.